Some of these strawberries, but they be kind of old. So what I'm gonna do is gonna get me some of these. Get these. Get a one bell pepper. Not when I say I was coming. I guess I got this camera running now because I was harassed at this place by so-called white men. So that's why I've been going live again pretty often. You never know what you're going to encounter with these people. Any of these stores. If they ain't harassing you on the road you driving, although I never owned a car or nothing like that. I never owned a car or anything like that. But you know, either way it go, they're gonna harass you. You can be in the store, they're gonna watch you, and then they're gonna come out and try to what you call that? Try to search your bag and ask you for a damn receipt and all that old kind of shit. They harassing you. It's in a different way, but it's the same way of oppressing you. If you think I'm lying, you give it a try. I guarantee you, especially as a black or Hispanic or Native American name, you try it. Experience being a native to this country, indigenous to this country, not native. You know, just being a part of the indigenous person of this country. Because believe you me, the white folks don't think they don't train their kids to identify and know who we are. They know who we are. You better believe it. Oh, they know who you are. They know who we are. They know who you are better than you know who you is. And white folks know. They tell their kid, they even probably tell their kid, well, don't you tell them that, don't they Israelites, and they just tell you the whole hair, tell you everything, but don't you tell them, yeah, all that kind of stuff. That's why when you walk around and call yourself black, Costa Rican, Hispanic, those are bywords. Yeah. Hmm. Those things are bywords. Yeah, they love it when you are. Hmm. They've been knowing the whole time when we didn't even know certain things. Yeah, they knew the whole time when we didn't even know. I would be surprised they know what everybody's land is. Everybody's land. When they are born into this world, they automatically know right off the rip who we are. They know, especially if you are a Jew. Being a real Jew, they ain't gonna tell you that. They our people are the real Jews. They are the enemy, or they are the devil. They're not gonna tell you that. Mm. No, they ain't gonna tell you that. That's too much like right. They ain't gonna tell you that. And look at here. I wanted to show y'all this. Okay, I want to show y'all something. They normally would have it. Now, okay, they got all these grapes. Now, this is right. Red Global Seed grapes. Now, I'm looking for the ones, okay, that don't. Look at here. Black seedless grapes. Now, you know, years ago, they didn't have none of this up in here like this. You see how the white man, the so-called white man, they tamper with everything. Black seedless grapes. Now, when you go in Genesis and you read in Genesis where it says, uh, behold, I've given you every green herb bearing seed, bearing seed. To you it shall be for meat, stuff like that. From the very beginning, God ordained everything is to be with seed. Seed in it. Now look at here. Seedless. When you see seedless, that means it ain't got uh no they took the seeds out of it. Now, how in the world would you know how to take the seed out of a grape and plant a seedless grape? I don't know how to do that. But think about the enemy. The enemy is crafty, cunning, and he's sneaky. Nah. And just think about how, actually, anybody ever ask yourselves that? How do they know how to do that? Can plant seedless grapes in the ground, take the seed out, and plant it and give you something without seed in it. Look at here, red grape. When back in the like early 2000s, there wasn't no such thing as a seedless damn grape. The white man just had messed up everything, man. And took the seeds out of all the grapes, everything. Now these are the only ones that got seeds in them. Because it ain't got no E on. No, excuse me, no S. Seeded. If it would have been seedless, it would have had an S on it. Blackberries, you used to find these things on the tree. You don't see them. They do got them. They still got them. But you used to could just walk outside when everything was natural and just eat off of the tree and just pick plums off the tree. Pick blackberry. We used to pick a whole bunch of them in a bowl at one time, and we'll eat so many of them. But they was good for you. And we'll be like, oh, we'll feel like we got cramps or something like that. But this stuff was good for you though. That's why them older people, like in the 100 years old, like my grandmother's 100 years old, she's still going, walking, and getting around everything, because they had that natural. Because see, the food was not tampered with like it's tampered with today. The white man tampered with everything. Yeah, they tampered with everything, man. Yeah, yep, they tampered with everything. We shouldn't even be buying them damn kind of grapes, seedless grapes, wasting your money buying something that they done took out. They don't even tell you why they took it out. They don't tell you none of it. They just go and just tamper with stuff. See, when man messes with something, It gets fucked up automatically when man messes with it. The Bible said he would think in Daniel 7:25 the devil would think to change times and laws. Think. They just mess with everything. hmm They just messes with everything. I see that same one over yonder with the glasses over there looking. But that's why I'm gonna keep my camera on too. Now, as long as he don't come over here and mess with me, I'm good. But I'm gonna keep recording. Blueberries and that. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, I seen the Uncle Tom down yonder, down that way, and I saw the manager that manager that say he owned this property from down here or whatever. I ain't going that way. I try to, like they say, avoid evil at all costs. Yeah, people are dumb and ignorant, man. Dumb means you just don't know. If they feel like in telling you, oh, I don't see color and I don't see color, just lying to themselves. If I was God, I'd have the shit out of them motherfuckers. Get the fuck up out of here. Come out, you don't see color. And then they'll tell you racism don't exist. Delusional motherfuckers. If you think and feel that way, You ain't living in, you ain't no real human being or whatever. Because I'm just gonna look at you like you're delusional. We don't own nothing. Why do this? What I want to know. When I be into really getting into them real topics and stuff like that, and really showing the real proof and information and stuff, it seems like everybody's running up out of here. They don't want to. I kind of see why Most High says, "Resist the devil and he gonna flee." Now, the only ones that will stay in here is the ones that's actually understanding and can relate to what I'm saying, and that's if you ain't no Native American and you are none, if you're a non-black or Hispanic or Native American and you're a white, Caucasian, or England, Anglo-Saxon or whatever, you ain't gonna really sit in here listening to this thing. But I would say out of all of the top races on the planet, the most one that really do evil is the white man. Because if you think about it, the Chinese people didn't go around colonizing nobody. They didn't do that. The white man did the worst damage in the world. White folks. They are the worst enemies on the planet. They are the top on the top list. Eat them, eat them. Now, when I go to getting into the real topics, I'm going to see if they're going to sit in here. When I was talking about David killing a lion and a bear for messing with the Israelite sheep, David got on their ass, and David killed their motherfucking ass in the Bible. David wasn't no damn homosexual. David wasn't no damn punk. In the Bible, the King David in the Bible, shoot, he was the highest king of all the earth in the Bible. He was the highest king in Israel. Yeah, he was the highest king in Israel. And he didn't play. David didn't have that Christianity. Abraham didn't either. Abraham went to war on your ass when you mess with one of the Israelite brothers. Then they had some woman got on there and she was reading the book called Who Was Esau Edom? So-called white woman, and then said Abraham wasn't no Hebrew. Abraham was not a Hebrew. That's a lie, because if you go right in Genesis chapter 14, and I think it's 14 and 13, Abraham was a Hebrew. It tells you clearly that he was a Hebrew. So that's why you can't be listening to all these people telling you different things, like saying that who's not a Hebrew and all of that, and it doesn't matter. When you find people saying it doesn't matter, you can't trust people that tell you God loves everybody and it matters, and it don't matter. Because when I went and did a fact check, matter of fact, I'm gonna read it when I get home on another video. I'm gonna read it to people, and I'm gonna show them. If anybody tell you, I'm gonna read, go straight to the Bible and read it when I get to the house. You can't be listening to these white folks, man, and all these other people, that deceitful liars, they'll lie to you and tell you, oh no, he wasn't a Hebrew. When the Bible clearly tells you that in Genesis chapter 14 and verse 13. 13 or 14, one of them. It clearly tells you that Abraham was a Hebrew. They just want black people, IP black people, Hispanic people, is to be, they think they're trying to keep us dumb. Yeah. Yeah, they want to keep you dumb.
Thank you.
Yeah, they want to keep our people, black, Hispanics, and Native Americans dumb. I repeat what they tell you to say. Like that man came up in here, the so-called white man from out here on the box. All of that kind of shit. nothing but a goddamn homosexual. What the fuck he is? Talking about stop bullying homosexuals and you can pedophiles. Man, do you know back in the day, man, they killed pedophiles. What's that story in Genesis chapter 33? I think Jacob's brother, uh, the Levite brother, and the Benjamite brother went and looked for this man. He was an uncircumcised Ham. Uh, I forgot his name. I'm trying to say his name started with an H. He was an uncircumcised man, and he defiled Dinah, Jacob's daughter, in the Bible, right? And when they found out that that man went and did that to their sister, go read the story in Genesis. They went, they went and handled business, and they went and killed that man. They killed everything in that damn house. They didn't play. I think Dinah, Jacob's daughter, I think she was 14 or 15. She was very young, something like that. And they went to that man. They destroyed Shechem, Haman, the man's father. They destroyed all of them for what they did to Jacob's daughter. Jacob didn't really react like that, but Benjamin and Levi, as the ones I remember, they went up on the spoils and they took I think they took everything that they had. When they sister because when it came down to their sister and being defiled and things of that nature, they went up on the spoil and killed all of them. The white man, yeah, man, the white men are natural born homosexual. White women are too. That's how come they can exalt that shit that they be doing. Okay, this is all I'm gonna get.
Oh yeah. I don't believe in it. They even shout on my dog. Living on the farm. It's in my blood to have animals. Take care of them.
Well, where's the boys? Where's the boys? These the boys? No, the birds? Oh, yeah. Daddy! What did I get? Get these, Daddy. Daddy!
right, how you doing? All right, I'm good. I'm holding up good.
Get the 50 that you owe. I ain't gonna help but you eat. No.
But it's really sad though at the same time. If they got on their knees and they begged me and told me that they'd pay me all the money in the world, literally, $1 million to work on the police force, I still wouldn't want it. I still would look at them and be like, fuck you. I ain't lying. I literally would do that. I look at him and say, what you been drinking? I know you got to be drinking, been on drunk something. I'd be like, you know what I stand for, don't you? I don't think you do, because I don't think you'd ask me that if you really know me. But you fixing to know me right now today. When I get through with you ain't gonna never ask me that no more. If they told, let me tell you something else about me. I promise to God, I promise to the Most High. If they offered to give me all the money in the world, $1 million every month, they say they put my mother in a nursing home, I would look at them and be like, I know y'all not even human. Y'all sick as sick and dead. Y'all sicker than I thought y'all was. And I'm being serious. I say, look, let me tell you something. The reason why I'm saying that I wouldn't want none of that is because none of that matters. Because one thing about $1 million, you got a lot of people that lost hundreds and thousands and probably millions of dollars in doing a wrong investment and stuff, right? And they don't win. You know how some people, they be up 1 million, then their empire it fall. Because sometimes you be in a situation, things happen, and you tend to fall off, right? And you have to take time and build yourself back up. That's why you hear people say, I used to be a billionaire, but I'm down here, and I came back to poverty because I got into drugs and I lost it all because I was doing wrong things and this and that and the third or whatever. One thing about $1 million, $1 million or over 20 million, that shit can be replaced. You can always go back. It's a chance, I'm telling you, you can get that back. But once you lose a life, like my mother, my father, a precious human being, right? You can't get another mother back. You can't get it. You cannot go to the graveyard and say, hey, look, I'm gonna resurrect my dead mother out the grave. You can't do that. But guess what? You can lose millions of dollars and you be like, you know what? I'm gonna have a hard time as a man of color like myself. I lost it all, but you know what? And I'm just giving you examples. I'm gonna go back out here and I'm gonna build myself up. I'm gonna start saving and doing this here. You can easily do that. You can get back to where you was before you got down. Or when you was up, you can bring yourself back up to that same level or higher. But guess what you can't do? You can't get another mother. You cannot get another mother. You can't get another life. Once your life is unanalyzed, once they analyze your life, you can't get that back. Hell no. So that's why I take my mother's health. I'll take my mother's health over any amount. No amount of money in this world cannot replace that soul, that life. Yeah, of course, my family matters more to me. The Black, Hispanic, and Native American family matters more to me. Because you can always get money back. You can always grow your empire back. But you cannot get a life. One thing you can't bring back on this planet, you cannot go and bring your life and get your life back. You can't do it. Because once your life is gone, it's gone forever. Tell me I just lied. Because you got family in your life right now, whoever you is watching, you got family that done died. You got family that done deceased or whatever, what happened to them, and only you know that, but I'm just saying. You can't go back out there in the graveyard and pull them back up, can you? No. That's why you hear me say they can beg me to get on my knees and sacrifice my mother and put my mother in a nursing home and all that. We'll fund you $1 million just to keep in there. I'll be like, first and foremost, why do I need to put her in a nursing home just to receive all this in? That doesn't make any sense to me. No, I want to be around my mother. I feel comfortable taking care of my mother, my own self. And I feel with my mother, my blood mother being at home, because that's, I'm part of her. I'm part of my mother. I'll be the same way toward my father. If I had one, but he died. That was back in '89. But you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? No. They said, well, we'll pay you $100,000 every month just to be a police officer, this and that and the third. They would get cussed out. They couldn't even beg me to be nothing like that. Any black person that works on a police force and knowing the shit and see what it stands for and how they killed our people and all of that type of stuff, that's what you call, they want to say, because you educated, you ain't black folks ain't educated. We hear all these lies that black people ain't educated, black people this and that, they have a low IQ and all this kind of stuff, which is all lies and all of that. Because guess what? I ain't never had no education, no physical education, no college education, no none of that. None of that, bro. But when my mother got in the condition that she was, bro, all my natural instinct kicked in. That's the instinct that God blessed me with the gift of love. Sometimes we have the gift, we are born with a gift, man, is to take care of our people. That's how you know you're not of the other nation. Because Esau, the white man, versus a black or Hispanic or Native American man, we don't have the same spirit. So that make us two different, that make us two distinct different nations of people. We're not the same. We don't operate the same. That's how you know we're not the same people. Because we don't do things the same way. We don't like the same thing. We don't like to eat our steaks with blood coming out of it. I know I don't. I like to cook my shit fully done. Well done. This is what makes us different. This is what distinguishes us and makes us different. We're not the same people. So stop going around here saying we are the same, because that's a lie. We all are not the same. We're different. The Bible tells you that in Ecclesiastes chapter 33, verses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It tells you that he had made our ways diverse, meaning he made our ways different, man. We don't do that. We don't sit up and drink no damn blood and all that kind of stuff, human blood and all that. No, we don't do that. We never did that. Now, our people probably have been trained into that over the decades ago and stuff like that. But that's why, because we learned the ways of the heathens. But naturally, our natural instinct, we're not going to go up in there and just harm our people for no damn reason, because we're going through a lot. Nah. Now this is the natural part of me talking. Mm-hmm. It's the natural part of me talking, bro. Yeah, and then like I want to expand more on this high IQ stuff and low IQ. They don't search things. Now, see, you have to understand. They not telling you why our people is what they would call so-called low IQ. No, we don't. We just been brainwashed and we've been conditioned into being police officers and all that type of stuff. That's a low IQ. They beat that in. If they anything, they force our people to have to be a low IQ. When they force their laws and they force their customs on us, because they are the ones that's really with the low IQ. We're not like that because one went and forced white Jesus upon our people. They forced Caesar Borgia, the white man, upon our people. So how in the hell are we like it just ain't adding up what white folks be saying. A low IQ and all that kind of stuff. No, you a low IQ if you go and work on the police force, knowing that what it stands for and how it analyze your people and kill your people and stuff like that, and seeing the so-called white man daily on YouTube taking their guns out and just shooting our people like they some kind of fucking damn animal or something. Talking about hands up, I will blow you away, I will kill you, I will shoot you, I will release the dog on you and all that kind of stuff. Nobody does that but demons. And they're demons. They look human, but they ain't nothing but reptilians. They animals. That's what the serpent represent in the Garden of Eden. The serpent means reptilians, people that are not human. That's how come they can do all the stuff that they do, because only demons can shoot and do all that kind of stuff because it's just the animal in them. Like I said, I never went to school before, but a low IQ is, if you call a low IQ with me having compassion and all of that, like, think about it. We were born and gifted to have love for our own people, to help our own people, not throw our people in the nursing home and all that kind of stuff. To throw your people in a nursing home, that's sort of like a low IQ because it came from white folks. Because our people were just minding their own business when they came over here. That's what they was doing when they came over here. When the Conquistadors came over here, they beat these things into our people. Yeah, they beat those things into our people. Hopefully, y'all don't hear that music in here. I would love to. Hold on, I'm gonna have to cut the music. Yeah, I had to turn the music off when I went in there because excuse me, the mute the mic because they had music in there. And YouTube, they are if you don't own the music, they are probably spam it for copyright. Yeah, they will spam it, no doubt, for copyright. Back in the day, though, in the early days of YouTube, they didn't do that though. It really would help make the video, but I guess they don't want you. They, you know what I'm saying? You know anything that looks too much like something good, well, you got to actually have YouTube music that they want you to have. Unless it's the music that you've been putting in your video and you got music in your video, and if they start playing the YouTube music videos in stores and stuff like that, you know, that would make a big difference, you know. Yeah. I've been live for probably look like it's over 40 minutes. Yeah, man, I'm proud to have my mother at home, you know. Yeah, man. But anyway, the moral of the whole thing, what I was just saying about my mother, I value my family more than anything. A soul, a black, Hispanic, Native American soul matters more than anything on planet Earth. What God said in the Bible, he says, he told the rich young ruler, it was a parable. Sell all that you have and give it to the poor. But he couldn't give it up. And then he said it would be hard for a rich man to go into the kingdom of heaven because he would rather forsake the commandments of God. In St. John chapter 3, there was a story between, wait a minute, am I saying it right? I think it must be Luke, I believe, somewhere in there. He said how hard it would be Matthew's 19, my bad, I said it wrong. Matthew chapter 19, verse 1. He had a conversation between Christ and the rich young ruler. He was an Israelite. There was a conversation between two Jews. Christ was a Jew and him. And God says, he says, likest thou one thing. Sell that you have and give to the poor. But he said, he turned around, he went away sadfully. Sadfully. But he was rich. And that's when God says, it is easy for a camel to go through an eye of a needle, things of nature. I'm going to go and look that up more into that because I don't want to just say that it's easy to go through a camel to go through an eye of a needle because that needs to be broke down. I ain't gonna even lie, I need to look it up. I used to know I heard somebody mention it before and broke it down years ago, I think. But I just didn't, I don't remember. Find out why, what was going on during that time, what made that parable being used. It's easy for a camel to go through an eye of a needle. Something had to happen that must have physically happened during that time. And he used it as an example in his parables teaching the rich young ruler, then for a rich man to go into the kingdom of heaven. Meaning that they would be willing to serve the laws of America, keep Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that, rather than keeping the commandments and trying to practice keeping the Passover and the Sabbath days and all that type of stuff that God ordained. They would rather keep America's laws, keep God's commandments. That's what it all boils down to. They would rather, if the police station is paying them so much money or whatever it is that they're trying to get or accomplish, they don't care nothing about the souls of the people. They just care about, because see, when you work for them kind of people, you got to submit to culture. They culture, when they come out, their culture is to arrest you and kill you and put you in captivity. That's the white man's nature, white woman's nature. They all got a nature the same. Their culture is to physically arrest you, kill you, put you, and really mainly kill you. Yeah, it's their nature. And when you join their culture and join their customs, you got to abide by what they want you to do. I couldn't see myself. I couldn't even visualize myself waking up, putting a gun on me and a badge on me, something that represents killing your people, and going and calling myself saying, I'm going to work. I'm going working for who? You still don't have no control over the law or nothing. You still got to go by what that white man say. I done seen it happen in YouTube videos where this man, black man, was trying to arrest somebody. I wish I can find that video. If I find it, I'm gonna definitely do a reaction to it and show y'all. Where he was saying, well, you don't go up and arrest nobody. He haven't done anything. This is what the white man was saying. Oh yeah, you was doing too much, and he was still trying to push it and say, see that? They putting you in check. They letting you know, hey, we control this. You working for us, but don't get it through your head. We still control you. But see, our people don't think like that. They don't have sense enough to see that. Anything that you ain't gonna have no control over, and you helping the law join with it, the Bible said they'll join hand in hand. If you're joining hand in hand with another nation of people, is to help destroy your people. The Most High said you're gonna be destroyed with them. You joining hand, they joining hand in hand with the same enemy that hates them, but they can't see that. Some of them gonna wake up and see the light, and some of them ain't. The only thing I'm gonna kind of work, that I could see myself doing is working at a dollar store or something, selling health food or just something like that. You know, you still working for or whatever, and use the funds the funds wisely, not into no Thanksgiving and Christmas and I call it Thanksgiving, but I call it Thanksgiving. But it's still Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and all the time. You won't find me sacrificing my money into none of that. When I cook food, the food is just a regular day. Like they call Christmas Day or Christmas this here. No, I just cook regular food. I treat it just like a regular day. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna treat it just like a regular damn day. Mm-hmm. Same thing I do with my birthday. A birthday, I don't celebrate that. It come. People, happy birthday. Nope. I don't celebrate none of that. 4th of Jew killing lie or 4th of July. No, I don't celebrate that. Nah. Mm-mm. No, man. I don't celebrate none of that.
I trust you'll figure out how to keep it up.
No, man, I don't celebrate that BS bullshit. made it back home. Yeah, man. Thank God my mother's always good, man. Yeah. Read that. I clean my counter off. Yeah, come on. Might get up out of here now.